Hi, Kate here again. And today I've got a pretty awkward video for you. And it's not awkward because it's a bad subject or anything. It's awkward because there are like all sorts of different ways to show you how to stretch this muscle. And it's a super annoying one, like super annoying. Which is why I have so many ways to try and stretch it. Because I want you to be able to find the right one for you. And this muscle is the psoas. So this muscle is in your hip and it helps to bring your knee up. So if you think about what happens when you contract a muscle, when you contract the psoas, it brings your knee up. So anytime that you're sitting, like driving, like at your desk at work, like walking, literally all day long, you're just contracting your psoas muscle. And so this muscle gets really super tight, really super fast. And this muscle, let me show you where it is. It's right here, but it ends up going to your back. So I actually just poked mine and it was a little tight. So the psoas muscle actually wraps around your hip and goes to your back. So when it's tight or when it's out of whack, it can really cause a lot of problems in a lot of different places. So obviously it affects your legs because it helps you lift your knee. It can show up as hurting in your hips, or it can show up hurting in your back. And when something is hurting also in your back, it can show up in all sorts of different places too. So you have this just ridiculous like roundabout of how do I figure out where this is hurting? In addition to the fact that it's not easy to stretch. So annoying, right? So here are 4 different ways that I found that do actually really stretch it out. And I'll give you, when you might want to use a particular one, when you might not, and what one will possibly work best. So here's the awkward part, is I'm going to need to keep changing the camera. Sorry about that. I wish I could figure out a better way to do it, but I can't. So first way is really super nice and gentle. So you are going to be standing up. I'm going to pretend like I'm standing up, okay? You're going to basically do a dancer's pose. So I'm standing, both my feet are flat on the floor. Then I bring this right foot up, grab the inside of it, and knee stays pointing down towards the ground, and then push your foot away. So if I were to let go, here's what my foot is doing, okay? My hand is just there, so it isn't actually falling down. The other thing is, it's really easy to sort of go like this here, big arch in your back. Point your tailbone down towards the ground, and you'll get more of a stretch throughout that psoas, okay? That's way number 1. Way number 2 is, you act like you're proposing to someone, and you might need to grab a blanket to put under your knee. I always do. So you get up like you're proposing to someone. Same sort of deal here. Push your tailbone down, point it down as if you have a little tail pointing towards the ground. Push this foot into the ground, and then shift forward just a little bit. Your hip bones, right here, your hip bones don't open, so you can see it from the side. They don't open. They stay directly forward. All that other action is happening. So you feel it all through here. That's number 2. Number 3, can't make the number 3 with my hands today, is a little more aggressive version of that one we just did. So what you'll do is you bring your knee back towards the wall and this leg up. Okay, so you sit up nice and tall. And then you push this foot into the wall, shift back towards it, and try and go up as much as you can, or at least until you start to feel that stretch. That's number 3. Number 4 is the laziest version. This one is one that you might not want to do if you have low back issues. And the reason I say that is because it feels great on the front of your hips. It does not always feel great on your back. So if you don't have any back issues and it feels fine, awesome, great. Go for this one. It's super lazy and actually works really well. The others, and I told you I was going to tell you when not to do them, and I totally just didn't. That last one, just don't do if you have bad knees, because you're gonna be like super on your kneecap, which is, you know, something you want to avoid if your knees are terrible. Or I've had people who've gotten really bad Charlie horses. If that happens to you during that stretch, then stop it. Don't do it anymore, okay? Pain of any sort is not nice, okay? So for this next one, you're gonna grab a yoga block. They're super cheap at like, you know, any of the big stores, Walmart, things like that. If you have them in your country. If not, there's probably some sort of similar kind of thing that you can get it. So grab your block, come onto your back. Lift your hips up and put the block underneath your sacrum, so that flat bit of your low back, at any height. So it can be, you know, really super high, really super low, or somewhere in between. And then straighten your legs out and just relax. That's it. It's a little mini back bend that takes the challenging part away. It's really just pretty lazy, which is awesome. Okay, so that's it for the psoas muscle. If you have any questions, let me know. You can also let me know which ones worked, which ones didn't. And yeah, I will talk to you later. Bye.